welcome back to my channel. I'm Jess from BehatiLife. Thank you so much for tuning in for another week, the second week of doing tarot scopes here on the YouTube channel. Last week was my first week ever. This was something that I've been wanting to do for so long, but didn't have the time or the resources to do it, but now we're here, and I really want to say, before I get started in the week ahead, thank you so much to those who checked it out, who loved it, who sent comments in the comment boxes, who hit the thumbs up button, who subscribed to the channel, who emailed me afterwards. Honestly, you have no idea how much it means to me. It's not easy to put myself out here on the platform, but I do it because I love it and because I'm passionate and because I have a great group, a great community, you guys, my family, who are encouraging me to say, Jess, you know what, we really are interested, and I could feel your excitement, you could feel my excitement, and we are really vibing right now. So let's just kind of continue to ride this wave. So that being said, I did want to, last week I started with the tarot scopes, and this week I want to kind of incorporate the astrology chart, the important astrology transits that are happening for this week. And this week it starts February 6th until the 12th, which ends on Sunday, President Lincoln's birthday. So we do have some really important astrological events that are happening. So for one, Mercury moves into the sign of Aquarius, something that just happened today. I'm filming on the 5th, but something that's happening today is the fact that Jupiter is moving retrograde, moving into retrograde motion. If you want to hear more about that, give me a thumbs up and I can make a video on that. Or you can leave a comment below saying, just do it. Do it. Let's talk about Jupiter retrograde. So just let me know. I'll do whatever it is that you want to see and whatever it is that you want to talk about, because ideally this channel is really for you. And then also we have this Leo lunar eclipse, which is going to be huge. I have the chart pulled up, so if you see me looking over in this corner, it's because I'm looking at the current transits, and I'm also looking at the aspects of this lunar eclipse that I am really excited about, and I think a lot of us are so deserving of this positive energy. The last week and the last month and the last year have been pretty intense, not gonna lie. So to see this type of lunar eclipse happening and so positively aspected just by looking at it now, it just feels like it's like this ripe peach that's just been sitting, growing, and ripening on the tree, and we're just like, pluck it off and just take a big bite. So it just depends on where Leo falls in your chart. Where this full moon is falling within your chart, that's where you're going to find that big peach. And then also the way that the planets are aspected, and if you need help with this, that's, you know, I'm here for that, is it'll give a little clues and tidbits to where you can see this type of manifestation happening within your own personal life. What else do we have? We have, oh yeah, did I say Mercury moves into Aquarius? That's happening too. That's happening on the 7th. But basically, let me take a few steps back, because you guys know I get really excited when we're talking about astrology and tarot. But this forecast, I'm going to merge astrology, the science, and the math of astrology with intuition, because that's how I do all of my charts. It's not only the mathematic angles, and it's not the science of the way that the planets hit each other and how they influence us, but it's also my intuitive feelings, and I merge them all together in order to create this like all-in-one, inclusive, exclusive reading for all of my clients, and also I bring it to you here on the YouTube channel. And then we have the tarot cards. So I did pull 2 cards for each day. That's something else that you guys know I love to do, is to double my cards and double my information in order to give you a really layered reading, layered insight, because I'm a perfectionist and I love this type of stuff, and I want to know. I want to know what's going on, and I want you to be able to know what's going on too. All right, so let's dive in. So first and foremost, we're walking directly into, on Monday, February 6th, we're walking into Jupiter just turning retrograde. Now, Jupiter is a planet of blessings and abundance and gifts, and whatever Jupiter touches, it puts its finger in it and it just expands it. I always look at Jupiter, I'm very visual. I always look at Jupiter as like a person blowing a balloon. So just think of Jupiter, wherever it falls within your chart, just blowing the balloon and blowing it up. So sometimes that's really positive, sometimes it's really negative. Even though Jupiter tends to be a very positive planet, I have seen it blow things kind of out of proportion or kind of make things a bit complicated. I don't believe that. And if you want me to do a video on this too, I did do a challenge recently, but I believe that there's no such thing as a positive or a negative thing. It just is what it is. That's how I view the world. That's how I view astrology and tarot. There's no such thing as a positive, as an only strictly positive tarot card. I've seen positive cards represent negative things. I've seen negative cards represent positive things. So you really can't put your finger on it and say Jupiter is always giving blessings or always doing this. 8 times out of 10, Jupiter within positive aspects tends to be very positive and tends to make us happy and make us feel jovial and elated. But it can also, depending on your personal chart, depending on your natal chart, it can also blow things, make things larger or create problematic situations, expanding things. So the fact that Jupiter is going retrograde, I know a lot of some astrologers I have seen on the internet saying like, okay, you know, if Jupiter represents blessings and abundance, then if it's going retrograde, then it's cranking it down, and blessings kind of get lowered, or it acts as a block, or we won't see as much, we won't see growth or potential happening. In my experience, and I want to say that that's maybe can happen, it's possible, but there are so many potential things that can happen when a planet goes retrograde. And basically what a retrograde planet means is that the energy of that planet kind of gets dialed back just a bit and gets put on hold. So instead of us fluffing up and pumping things up, we tend to look back, actually, because retrograde is all about looking into what has happened, or reviewing, or returning back to something that had happened that was connected to the energy of that planet, or the influence of that planet. So Jupiter represents expansion and blessings and gifts, but it also represents spirituality and travel and education. So if Jupiter is going retrograde and is now pulling the balloon away from its lips and like holding on to the balloon, or maybe even letting letting some air out, this is a time for us to go back to those things that we are working on expanding. So for some of us, this is about our spirituality and returning back to our core beliefs. Wow, so I guess I am talking about Jupiter going retrograde. See, I can't help myself. I can't resist. Really, I just nerd out for this stuff. It just is what it is. And really why I'm so excited to actually have this platform to talk about it, because if I wasn't talking to you, I'd be talking to a friend, and I can guarantee you my friends are tired of hearing me talk about astrology. Or I'd be talking to a stranger on the street, or I'd be talking to I'd just be talking about it in general. So here it is in its own little platform, in its own perfect little place. So anyways, back to Jupiter. So back to Jupiter being retrograde. So this is where we go back to our core beliefs. We go back to to reconsidering our education, or reconsidering or returning back to the things that we want to expand, how we want to expand our minds, how we want to look at the bigger picture of our lives, or the things that we want to accomplish, the things that we want to do, because Jupiter, again, wants to expand things, and it's all about our awareness, our perception, our ability to look and to grow. And this is connected to and why is Jupiter connected to the 9th house and connected to spirituality and education and travel? Because these are things that expand how we've looked at stuff, how we have perceived the world, how we perceive ourselves, our connection to something much bigger than ourselves, the globe, the universe, our brains, our minds. So when Jupiter goes retrograde like this, we do tend to I don't want to say that blessings are blocked. I don't think that at all, but it just becomes more quiet. It becomes more reflective, especially connected to those 3 subjects that I mentioned. And also you want to see where Jupiter falls within your natal chart, to see how how Jupiter's retrograde, moving into retrograde motion, how this is going to personally affect you within your own life. And you also want to see where Jupiter is currently sitting, because the house that Jupiter is currently sitting in, and why that is because whatever house Jupiter is sitting in within your natal chart represents the specific area of your life that you are going to see the influence of Jupiter as a whole, okay? But keep in mind that these readings are for a general audience right now, and if you want to work with me one-on-one, that option is available. But back on track. So that's the first thing that we're starting off with, is this Jupiter in retrograde motion, moving into retrograde motion. Monday, the first card that I have for us all that I pulled is, let's see if I can get this right. Okay, let's do it this way. Oh, rude. Wow, lighting sucks. Anyways, trust me when I say this. It's the 4 of Pentacles and the Sun. So, wow, this lighting really does suck right now. Oh, what's going on? Okay, whatever. So, it's the 4 of Pentacles and the Sun card. Now, 4 of Pentacles, let me just pause this really quickly. Boop. There we go. Ah, yes. 4 of Pentacles and the Sun card. So if you look at the 4 of Pentacles, this card, and the cards that I'm using, I'll link them all below. 4 of Pentacles is all about, Pentacles in general is about finances, security, and earth energy type of stuff. So money, building your wealth, building your investments, being committed to something for the long haul, because Pentacles takes time to develop. It takes time to progress. So 4 of Pentacles is about, I don't want to say, shutting down is not the right word. This is more about looking at what you have worked for, looking at what you have, the wealth that you've accumulated, looking at your current status and locking into it. Now, this doesn't always have to apply to our finances, our work, or our abundance. Sometimes this is a position within a relationship. Sometimes this is an inability to, or a lack of a desire to move from your current status, your current status quo. Now, some people, beginner tarot readers, they look at the 4 of Pentacles and they say, oh, so-and-so is being very, you're very locked into this one position and you don't want to move from it, so that must be a negative thing. It's not. The 4 of Pentacles is not a negative card, and I feel like it does have a negative reputation because it's so, I don't want to say stubborn, but it's just happy where it's at right now. Can it represent a negative thing? Absolutely. Can it represent negative energy? Absolutely, 110%, but at the same time, it just pretty much shows someone who's like, you know what, where I'm at right now gives me the greatest source of happiness. And that's what the Sun card represents. The Sun card is all about feeling really happy and feeling secure and feeling optimistic and just good vibes all around. Sometimes it represents children too, and maybe even travel, but I don't really see this as being travel. Because, again, the 4 of Pentacles is like, let's just stay right here. Let's stay at home. So, Monday, walking into the energy of Monday, I just kind of see us, saying like, I worked hard for this and I'm happy with the way things are. I'm happy with the status quo. This works for me. For a lot of you, you may actually have some pleasure with looking into your budget or looking into your finances or looking into how things are and maintaining whatever it is that has been working for you. Not much to report on Monday. It just seems to be positive so that's why it's so difficult to make videos on your phone. It's so convenient, but it's bad because FaceTime calls come in, and then phone calls and all that, etc., etc. So speaking of communication, on Tuesday we have Mercury moving into the sign of Aquarius. Mercury represents communication and travel and our thoughts and our logic, and the fact that it's moving into such an innovative sign and thinking outside of the box and putting itself out there, and brilliant strokes of like lightning bolts of intelligence that just kind of come in and comes zapping through, we end up getting more expressive, more eccentric with our thoughts, more thinking on a larger, grander scale. We end up feeling a bit more interested in engaging and socializing and connecting with our friendships, social networking, that type of stuff, social media, etc., etc. However, the cards that I pulled for Tuesday are the Knight of Wands and the Four of Wands. Both of these cards are reversed. Now, Knight of Wands is great because when it's upright, it represents being excited and being, passionately going after the things that you want, or passionately going after something, passionately pursuing, the passionate pursuit. But when it's reversed like this, it shows a level of impulsive energy, maybe not thinking things through as much as we would like to, as much as maybe we should, or starting something and then burning out. So I just think that because we have this energy of Mercury moving into Aquarius, and the Knight of Wands together, this kind of like overlapping of information, or this overlapping of this energy, I would just say again to still kind of go with the vibration of Monday's cards, which was maybe this is good that we're feeling passionate. This is good that we're being excited, we're being uplifted, but at the same time, let's kind of still do what has been working for us, or what has been serving us, because that has been positive so far. Also, if there's any type of people or text message that you hear from this time completely like out of left field, I would just be a little cautious and a little wary with responding to it, or how you respond to it, because again, it doesn't seem like, with this type of energy, that it's really going to last very long. So this is where a lot of people hear from just random people saying random stuff, or just coming out of the left field and out of the blue with just like, what? Where did that come from? Like, what? So, and that's the energy that I'm seeing for Wednesday too, with the Page of Cups and the Page of Wands. Again, this is this fire energy, but when it's reversed like this, it can be really quick to burn out. It's not something that lasts forever. It's not something that we can really count on forever. It's something that's just comes in like a bolt of lightning and then shoots out just as quickly. And that's the other thing that I'm seeing for the energy of Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. When the sun is moving into this really nice position with the planet Uranus. Uranus is all about, again, I'm very visual. It's like a bolt of lightning. It's a strike out of nowhere. It likes to switch things up. It likes to innovate things. It likes to break away, break free, do things differently. And the sun represents life energy. It represents all of our energy as a collective consciousness right now. And the fact that the sun and Uranus are kind of sextiling in this way, it's positive. It's a positive transit, but just the way that the cards are falling, it just seems like someone's going to hear something out of the blue, or someone's going to start something out of the blue, and it's maybe, I want to say, may not have as much long-term promise that it could if it was positively aspected. So with that being said, I don't want anyone to feel frustrated. I just want you to be warned. Just be aware that you might hear some information, you might receive some news that, if it's for something, again, like if this is all about a short-term situation, then this could be enjoyable. But you also still want to be careful with the Page of Wands and the Knight of Wands reversed, because again, this is really impulsive energy, and it's not really thinking, and it's also emotion. A lot of emotions are kind of charged within this. That being said, with emotions are ruled by the moon, and we're walking into this lunar eclipse, and that happens on Thursday. That happens on Friday. So this lunar eclipse, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This lunar eclipse is happening on, depending on your time zone, but on Friday into the energy of Saturday. And the moon, when it's an eclipse like this, it is like emotions intensified. It's the regular full moon just kind of completely blown up even further. Again, it looks to be really positive. Uranus, there's a lot of planets currently right now. Let me pull the chart up. There's a lot of planets currently right now that are sitting within such fiery in the air signs, and basically what this looks like for me is just an explosion of energy, and that's what the lunar eclipse is all about, is bringing things to light, bringing things to surface, blowing things up and out for you to look at it and to see it and to make a decision based upon what it is that feels good, what it is that's right, and just the things that also, because the full moon brings things to culmination, it brings things into our awareness, to look at what is becoming, what is bubbling up, what is coming to the surface, and then from there making a decision of what feels ultimately what is in alignment with you and the best option for you as a whole. The other thing that I'm seeing too on Thursday, I'm taking a step back, the thing that I'm seeing is the Two of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. So, I don't know if you can see this. Can you see that? Okay, so Two of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. So Two of Cups is all about partnerships, and the Ace of Pentacles is like long-term investment, like making a commitment. So if for those of you guys who are dating, especially dating someone outside of your race, just because, or dating for someone from a different culture or a totally different way of life or a different tradition, like a different tradition or a different way of looking at things. If you have Aquarius or Leo ruling your 5th house or your 7th house of partnerships, or if there is, if the planets are moving within your partnership sector, I see really people having the chance and the potential to come together and to make a commitment to someone that they really like or that they really care about. Maybe if it's not a relationship or a dating situation, this could also be a business opportunity, or again, because Ace of Pentacles is all about investments and the long-term vision and offering something, making an offering. When is Valentine's Day? This energy, I wouldn't be surprised if it trickles over into Valentine's Day, because love or something is just bubbling up to the surface. A truth, a message, communication, an exchange, a proposal of some sort kind of happens here. And I would not be surprised if someone is planning an engagement or planning on professing love or talking about love in some way, shape, or form, because that's what I'm seeing here. But also you want to check to see what Leo rules within your own personal natal chart, where this full moon is falling into alignment. And Thursday and Friday and a bit of Saturday are, I think, the times when you're going to see this kind of manifesting itself. The energy is just kind of like at its most high. I think that for some of you guys, you might have a few surprises coming in, outside of the fact that I see like lots of messenger cards here, a lot of communication, text messages, random trips, random like, oh, this feels good, I'm going to go on it. So again, it is really impulsive, but, and again, it could fall into a positive place, or it can fall into a negative thing. If it's going to be negative, it's simply because you weren't thinking things through, or you weren't you're acting too on the heat of the moment. You're acting so much on the heat of passion. However, if this is something that you've been feeling for a long time, then this is not a bad thing at all. Everything happens as it should, and by all means, please express yourself. And that's the other thing that I'm seeing for the energy of Friday, with the World card and the King of Pentacles. The World card brings things into completion. And with the lunar eclipse happening on Friday, the lunar eclipse is about endings and what is leaving our lives and culmination and everything kind of bringing us to this one moment. And the World card is all about bringing it the energy full cycle. There's a King of Pentacles energy here too, so this could be directly connected to a male or an earth energy of some way, shape, or form. Just because it's the King of Pentacles doesn't mean that it has to be a man. I've seen the King of Pentacles represent a woman. It just represents that type of energy as a whole. Sometimes this is connected to someone who is invested in business or finances or security. They're simple. I always connect pentacles to sensuality. They're very into touch and tangible things, eating the pleasures of, you know, the earth, gardening, those types of stuff. So any type of person that you can see that would kind of represent that type of energy, someone who's slow to act, someone who, when they make a decision, they've really thought it through. They've really kind of weighed all of the pros and cons. They've thought about it, and they're making an executive decision based upon what they want to commit to for the long haul. They're very serious. They're not someone who's going to like blow in and blow out. When the King of Pentacles makes a commitment to something, it is for the long haul. So I love to see that. I'm also seeing a lot of expression, communication, talking about your feelings, resolving issues, forgiveness, those types of things coming to the surface too, just by absolutely, especially on Saturday, Sun trine Jupiter, Jupiter within the sign of Leo, within the sign of Libra. It's all about partnerships, working with others collectively. Pairing up. Remember, Jupiter is retrograde, so again, we're returning back to something or someone. And then the other cards that I'm seeing too for Saturday are the Seven of Swords and the Three of Wands. Now this is looking out again. It's a very reflective card. Reflective in the sense that it's reflective and it's the energy of expectation and expectancy. So we're looking out upon something and waiting to retrieve something. And with the Seven of Swords, with it being reversed, something is being returned back to us. Do you hear the re? So retrograde, Jupiter being in retrograde motion, returning, receiving something, waiting for something to be brought back to you, to be recovered. So I wouldn't be surprised if you hear from someone who says, you know what, I've really been thinking about you. I've been wanting to connect with you, and I want to apologize, and I want to reconnect. I want to rekindle. I want to rebuild. Based upon Seven of Swords coming back and returning something that was taken, or replacing something that has been removed or taken away, or in some way, shape, or form. This could also be an apology. I think I said that already. But waiting for it and waiting for that message to come back in some way. And then to end it off on Sunday, we still have this wonderful Sun and Jupiter trine. This is joyous. It feels really good. It's a really positive placement, a really positive aspect. And then you factor in the Ace of Cups and the Two of Swords for the energy of Sunday. Ace of Cups is about emotions and feelings and expression and something new kind of bubbling up and developing. And the Two of Swords says, okay, now we can finally move forward. Now we can finally see progress. Now we can see developments coming forward from this, because when the Two of Swords is upright, it says, I'm not really sure what I want. I have to take some time for myself to think, or I need to pull back. I need to withdraw for a moment to remove myself from the situation, from my feelings, from my thoughts, from all of these external factors, so I can make the best decision and just allow the waters to kind of clear. But when it's reversed, we say, okay, the water's clear, I know what I want, and I see that this is how this is happening, and maybe we can move forward with this. And the Ace of Cups, again, connects us to our feelings and our emotions and what feels right and what feels good, and the blessings of the universe that are connected to our heart and our intuition and expression, etc., etc. Okay? So all in all, we have a really... I do want to say too, I pulled this card from Doreen Virtue's Goddess Oracle deck. If you really love this card, I'll link it. If you love this deck, I will and you like the way this card looks, I'll link the deck that I'm using below within the comment box. But this card says, don't back down. And how could you? Honestly, how could you with the energy that it is that we're working with? I mean, you have Knight of Wands, you have Page of Wands. These cards want to push forward. It's almost, you couldn't even bottle this energy up even if you wanted to, even if you tried. It just wants to push forward. Page of Cups is emotions, it's expression. It's like word vomiting. It's like, I love you, or I care about you, or I hate that you did this, or, and not to say that it's, you know, as negative as someone saying, I hate that you did this, but it's like emotions exploding out, things that we've been probably dying to say, things that we've been afraid to say, that we just really can't hold it back anymore. And then Two of Cups, this is about partnership. Something is being offered. The World card, things coming to a head. The full moon. Our personal planets, if you look at all of the personal planets, and the personal planets are these planets that move really, really quickly, that affect us directly within our day-to-day lives. So Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Saturn, those planets affect global things, and they also can affect us personally. They do affect us personally, but not as intimate within a day-to-day, week-to-week process as the personal planets, which are Mars, Venus, the Sun, Mercury, and the Moon. And all of our personal planets currently right now, for all of us across the board, where they're transiting, are Mars is sitting in the sign of Aries, making it Mars's force and drive. It cranks it up and just revs this energy up, so we just can't resist. We are pushing forward. We just have this feeling to kind of push forward. Then you have Venus, which represents aesthetic, beauty, love. And this planet is sitting in a sign of Aries. She doesn't like to be in a sign of Aries because she's more of, she wants to be pursued. She wants to be chased, and, you know, she wants to receive. But in this case, when she sits in the sign of Aries, she just is more of the pursuer. So we're really kind of going after we're really kind of aggressively going after the things that we love and that we care about and the things that we value. The sun sitting in the sign of Aquarius, an air sign. This is detachment. This is thinking on a larger level, from a different level, breaking away from the old things. You keep on hearing me saying this because this is the energy that we've been working with. Mars moving from an earth sign into an air sign. This is all about, again, breaking away, thinking differently, thinking outside of the box, expressing ourselves in a different way, not repeating the same patterns that have not worked for us in the past, and trying things and shifting things. Then we have this full moon, the moon being in Leo, the sun being in Aquarius. Leo is all about, boom, moving from the heart. It's expressing from the heart. The full moon brings all of that straight into the forefront. You definitely want to see where what Leo rules within your personal chart. So as far as this card showing up and saying, don't back down, literally don't back down. Like, the energy is just pushing you. It's like something coming up and giving you a full booty boost. That's just kind of like pushing you up and saying, if you're gonna go for it, if you're gonna do it, now is the time. Okay, so thank you guys again so much. If you love this video, definitely like it. Absolutely 110% subscribe, because there's going to be a million more videos like this to come. We're going to be doing this every week from here on out. And if you want to work with me one-on-one, that option is available. These readings currently are for a general audience, but if you need a more specific one-on-one type of reading, all of my contact information, my website, and the tribe as a whole can be found below within the description box. So again, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will talk very, very soon with you. Bye!